practice the like 2 measure chunks that you flub at some point, right? Like this kind of thing. When that finger comes up, it was unconvincing most of the time. So there were some intonation issues, but I'm more concerned about actually playing the right notes. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Look, that is an A flat. It's there in the key signature.
Let's see, A natural.
That is it. This is an A flat.
Okay.
That's A natural. Okay. So, well, yours is kind of fifth, so yours is an E flat. So, you're not playing, which means that anytime you rehearse the beginning of this, if you hear her play A natural, you poke her with your bow. Okay? You've got to hold her accountable for this A flat. Beautiful, see? That's all we need. All I need is correct notes.
No, I don't. Where'd it go?
I'm easy to please.
Well,
I have a pen that could work.
Yeah.
A pin, as my father-in-law would say. A pin.
I feel like my C string is still a little fast compared to everything else. I know I played it. It was like long. I'm kind of sad.
Does that sound low?
Yes.
Out
No,
of
I
tune?
mean, so sad.
There you go. Okay, so neither of these movements should be any faster.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah, I took this one way too fast.
Well, you started at a beautiful tempo, but then when you had these 8 notes, you were like a horse out of the gates at the Kentucky Derby. It got really fast, and that's not very kind because Jet has tripled 16.
And I don't have any fingers or buttons.
Yeah, are they on your music?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So we
It's
got
called Tuesdays.
I just want to need warning that we're going to switch to your music.
I,
Well, it was your idea.
it was my
Well, I didn't
idea.
know that you were doing it right now. A recital.
For the real thing, it's good. I think it's good to have the same part. Although this one would be less important than the March do.
Yeah.
I think this one there may be some advantage to having 2 stands here and 2 stands here, the V thing, so that we really get a visual sense of this conversation, this antiphonal kind of writing.
Are you talking about this piece or the margin?
This piece, the Martin
So,
We
Tuesday.
made our decision.
no stands at all.
I mean,
Are those my options? I think I'll choose 2 stands. I don't trust you to memorize this if you're still not playing the right notes. Okay, so let's do a couple things. In the first movement,
I don't do
it's
I
going
don't
to be
do
very
those
fun.
stuff.
It's going to be showing our feet. But that's all right.
I can do those stuff. I can't do them fast.
saving enough bow and I staying with the 16th notes. And this is actually the important line. That's the melodic line there. I want to hear. Whatever the fingering is. Probably not with vibrato, but it needs to be more connected. Like 3 bars together or 4 bars together. So let's try that once, just from right there. One, two, three. So give it some shape. It's not just one bow at a time. We need some direction to the line. Maybe we've got 3 notes in a group, and then we reach above the D to the E flat, da, 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 and then we hit it. Yes. Now, something that is not right, and it might be just that I heard one that was wrong and wasn't paying attention to the other, but the trills should start from above.
Yeah, that's me. Because I always get confused.
Are these actually really true?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Just check.
those I'm okay with just a regular 5-note turn. Yeah, those are just turns. So that's a little bit different. But here, instead of, I want to hear the distant note on the beat. Okay, I think you corrected it the second time, but the first time I heard the bass line as D, F, F, instead of D, E flat,
I
F.
could have done that.
Right, so, I mean, this is kind of like playing solo Bach. I'm really interested in bass lines. Bass line and then structure, harmonic structure, phrase structure, that sort of thing. So, don't be afraid to really however those turns work. And that's why I wouldn't go any faster, because you need time. That's the other thing this needs is a little more space to just breathe. And that, let's see if I can find a spot. Well, really, after any of these cadence points, it felt too hurried into the next thing. So here, da 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 da. Same thing. Where's this one? Do bum 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 bum. Let it end and then move on. So the phrase doesn't start here. The phrase starts there. Right. Jen, your first quarter note can be longer.
The very first one of these.
Yes. Very first one. It was beautiful when you came back and you did the repeat, but the first one was too short. I think you need something substantial to bounce off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's also the start of the piece, so we want to welcome the audience. Welcome to the space. Okay.
Sorry.
End of the first movement was good, and I like your tempo. As long as this is one of those spots where just, take 15 minutes, really focus on those 5 measures, and once the movement starts, it goes. It's one of the great things about this piece, actually. Is it's so beautifully written. You don't have to do much. There's enough interest in how the counterpoint works and the interplay between the 2 parts. You don't have to mess with it too much, but you do have to play the right notes. A flat.
I was playing A flats and B net through all of them. It's like, oh no, that was
You're
wrong.
in C harmonic minor somehow. Some of the long notes have too much vibrato. Right? Even in this fugue subject. And it's especially important. Was that your
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to put a little Baroque belly on these, right? Especially because, okay, look, this is consonant, that's consonant, but then as your belly grows into the middle of the note, look what happens. Not your physical belly, but the note belly. Okay, we get an A flat against your G. So as the belly rounds out, that's the dissonant moment, which is what we want to hear. That's too much at the beginning of the note. It needs to be in the middle. Yeah, so it's slow with a little extra bow speed in the middle. Right. Okay, so that's the right idea. And now that we have this steadier